Instructor. Bow to Black Sash candidates, advanced and intermediate level students. Students at home, welcome. Let's do a little bit of breathing. Place your hands on your lower abdomen, lips lightly sealed, teeth gently meshed together. Allow your eyes to close. And focus on deep, relaxed breathing. As you breathe in, feel your abdomen go out. And as you breathe out, feel it come back in. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. With each breath, begin to imagine that cascade of relaxation flowing down the body from the top of your head, all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. Feel your face and jaw relax. Neck and shoulders relax. Chest and upper back relax. Shoulders and arms feel heavy. Stomach and lower back relax. Feel that flow of relaxation through your waist into your hips, through the thighs and backs of your legs. Allow your knees to soften. Feel your calf muscles relax. Your ankles relax. And the bottoms of your feet relax. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. Next time that you breathe out, go ahead and open your eyes, lower the hands. Begin a little embracing horse. 2 more minutes. And release, straighten the legs, lower the hands, circle the arms up, inhale. And press the palms down to exhale. So Monday, I understand, embrace tiger, return to mountain, and a little bit of grasp the bird's tail. Does that sound right?
Yes, ma'am.
So they've seen a little bit of embrace tiger, return to mountain, and a preview of grasp the bird's tail. So I'd kind of like to get everybody up through that grasp the bird's tail. If you've seen it many, many, many times, today's a great opportunity to work on quality and kind of checking in to see where footwork and weight and substantial and substantial, all that good stuff is. And then if everybody can get to where they feel pretty comfortable with that, we'll preview looking at the fist under the elbow. But I don't want anybody to feel rushed. Alrighty?
Yes, ma'am.
And I might actually be able to kind of split, to work on moving forward a little bit and focusing with them. We'll just have to see. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of fun now that I've got actual 6 students in class, and yet it's still, don't touch, don't get too close. So it's still a balancing act.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so everybody has seen embrace tiger, return to mountain. So let's start with just that a couple of times, and then see if there's any questions. And right now it doesn't matter so much, but as green sashes, if we ever start running more chunks of moves that you're unfamiliar with, get in the center so that you have somebody to follow on all sides. It's fluid, so move around, change your square as needed, change your perspective. But in the middle, you always have somebody to follow no matter which direction that we are. Alrighty? Alright, so remember, start from crossed hands. And embrace tiger, return to mountain. So shift to the left, lower the hands, right palm turns down, sink down, step in, open the hands, get your little beak/bell, step back with the right, turn the right toes out, shift to the right, turn to the right, turn the left toes in. Let's do 2 more times of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Begin, embrace tiger, return to mountain, shift, take a step, open the arms, step back. Stay on that left foot so you can turn the right toes out, shift, and turn. One more time. Begin. Shift and lower. Take a step. Open the arms, step back. Right toes out, shift to the right, turn to the right, turn the left toes in. And that's exactly right, Mr. Payne, but shift more into your front leg. So you got 60% of the weight on the front leg. There you go. One more time, and we'll add on the pull back, press, and push.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. And so, pull back, so you're gonna turn a little bit more, shift back, lower the hands, down, back, and around. Press. Push. And don't obsess about the feet, just go for the feeling. Single whip, but it will be on the diagonal. That's okay, it's okay. Release. So, watch it one time, and feel free to, because again, you're kind of, I'm doing stuff behind you, you get here, and then you can't see me, so just watch once. To get into that pullback, same thing. I mean, I'm not here, I'm here, but I'm going to turn a little bit more to the right and then get my hands like they would be from that first section. Shift back, here, and here, and single whip. My toes are going to turn in extremely, but if I turn them in extremely, they'll be about here. To here. So if I turned it quarter turn, it would be, you know, on my grid. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Which is why I say try to go for the feeling of single whip. You can try to look for the what we call bisected foot placement, but that never worked for me. So maybe it works for you, but just if you can think of what to close your eyes even and think of what single whip feels like, you'll probably end up in a pretty close approximation of where it should be. Any questions about it from anybody? Yes, ma'am.
So on Monday, maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but I feel like when we were practicing, we were separating arms first and then it doesn't really matter.
I mean, it's hard to break it down, and as I was saying this, I was like, I'm probably breaking it down not the same way that he's breaking it down. So he was opening the arms first.
I think so.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's again because once it's smoothed out, it all happens kind of simultaneously,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
So yeah, I mean this helps because I've got my balance. So, but when you're doing it non-broken down, technically this hand kind of goes with the foot. Does that make sense? So
Yes, ma'am.
splitting hairs a little bit, but
Okay.
yeah, I'll defer to how he broke it down.
And then the second part, I am finding myself like losing balance in this part. So any tips or thoughts?
Sinking helps, and then, no, it's wobbly there for a second, which is why you don't stay there too long. So don't, if you're like, normal, I mean, because it's weird, you've stepped backwards and you are opened out all the way for just that split second, and that is super wobbly. Yeah, it just, so, and also stay on this leg a little long, like, don't be in the middle longer than you have to. So, I'm still on that left leg, I'm still on that left leg, I'm still on that left leg, and then as soon as I get here, I shift to that right leg. So I'm most off balance if I've got equal weight with my feet turned out. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
And I did practice yesterday, and discovered that sinking really helped.
Sinking really helps. Yeah, it does. But being on that one leg and then immediately starting to shift into that other leg once your right foot is turned out will prevent hanging out too much in that middle scary zone. Is that, yeah? All right. Yes, Amanda.
And also instructor Figg, like your second straight back, you kind of told us to kind of go around to get your balance.
Yes, you can do that. Here's the thing. Of course, remember, we've got different levels of
Right.
experience here. So yeah, originally, I mean, if there is an arc that happens to it. When you're first learning it, that arc is impossible, right? You're gonna get your foot in the wrong spot. What we are not trying to do is what I call landing on an open hip. Like, so what you don't want to do is this. You don't. You want to, you might arc and then turn, but you're not going to, at least my understanding, land
No.
with that. So
Right.
the right foot.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So here's what I mean. So by learning, even if there's an arc, I lead with my heel. I don't turn out as I step back. That is also how you will lose your balance. Does that make sense?
You landed on
Yes.
your toe.
Hmm?
And there you landed on your toe. Not your
Well, I
heel.
landed on my heel, but it was turned out,
Mhm.
and I can't shift. I've already shifted.
Yes, ma'am.
So even if I put an arc in there, I lead with my heel. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, but yes, advanced students, there is an arc if you're able to get your foot placement correct. If you are new to it, step back to learn what stepping in that direction feels like. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's practice it. Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise tiger, return to mountain. And then pull back, press and push, grasp the bird's tail. And then single whip on the diagonal. Very good. Good. Two more times together. Again. Grasp the bird's tail. Just pull back. Press and push. Diagonal, single whip. Good, release. So a rough guideline of ending up with the right foot placement in diagonal single whip is sort of the toe of this foot, like diagonal double dragons will be diagonal double dragon. If the toe of this foot is roughly on a line with the arch of the other foot. Yep, that was correct. Okay, yes. Yes. Yeah. But a little wider. Not towards the back. There you go. Shift into this front leg. And then turn your hips towards me. Yeah, there you go. And then turn this toe out towards me. There you go. Like get your single whip, but it'll be on that angle. There you go. Yeah. And you can kind of see roughly this toe approximately lines up with the arch of that foot. Yeah? Okay. Two more times together, and then I'm going to give you a couple minutes to practice on your own. I'll answer questions, and then we'll see where we are. Begin, embrace tiger, return to mountain. Good, Mr. Payne. Good, Mr. Hummingbird. Grasp the bird's tail. So you wind up and push. And then diagonal, single whip. Good? No, good. Remember what I said yesterday? Stepping backwards and diagonals, right? Whole new world. One more time together, and then it's practice time. Begin. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Grasp the bird's tail. diagonal single whip. Good. Release. Okay, give it a shot on your own. You know, if you've got space, you can carve out wherever you'd like to go. And just take a couple minutes and practice on your own. I'll answer any questions, send up a flare if you need it. This way I can kind of see how everyone's doing. And it's okay, there's room. Right now, I'm seeing this and then step here. This, that's that movement that this person was talking about. So it comes with them.
So stepping out even before, or is this like an artificial?
It's not artificial, it's getting out of the way of the kick.
Okay.
A kick is something. So it's kick, jump it.
Down,
And then
then as you open.
this, see, it's kind of a counterbalance. So this is counterbalance, this helps. Then from here, keep this open, don't close it up too much. And then don't shift. You graduated to, you don't have to turn as much, right? So it's just a little turn, it doesn't have to be a big turn. So it's just a little turn, and then don't start shifting until you've already done this turn. So it's turn, shift, down, and then shift. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good.
Can you watch it so you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Does that help with balance?
Yes, ma'am.
And then shift with the body. Now, there you go. Yes. Yeah, good. Good. You can make that arc, but I'm not trying to out into that step that makes it harder on this knee and harder on the back. So it's just kind of a here, arc, over. Yeah, and then as you stay on this front leg, then you can shift and turn the toe back. Does that make sense? Yeah, that
It
makes
actually feels better too.
feels better. Imagine that, feels better. And then same thing for you, Mr. Hungerford. Don't, try not to turn, the back foot. So this will make it harder on the knee, on the balance, and on this hip. So even if you're gonna do kind of that sweeping arc, which is what we're all going for, I still lead with my heel, and I stay on this front leg, so that then I can turn this toe out and then shift. So you shouldn't be, I don't mean shouldn't, like you're wrong. It's gonna hurt you and make balance harder if you land with that toe already out. Does that make sense? Better? Yep, yep, and then, yep, very good. Good, 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 good.
So how far out do
Hmm? How far out?
Yes.
Well,
Do I push on
it's here.
Because it's on your side. Turn
You
it.
catch your kick, and then you're here. So it doesn't ever really come up in the form. I mean, obviously in the application, you might. Yeah.
Okay, so
Does that make
this
sense?
is okay, so then we'll bring this out.
Correct, correct,
Okay.
yes.
So, just moving straight.
Yes, and then stay on that front leg so that you can turn those toes out. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. Check in, how are you guys doing? Arm testing? Okay, so you guys are doing great. So watch from this angle and you'll see what the hands do. So, here, you guys okay on that? The clear when you shift and then lower. Right. And then the right palm turns down. Right. Step down, step in, step back, open. You guys look pretty good here. And you end up here. This is the end of embrace side of the turn to mountain. Then I'm going to keep my feet where they are. I'm going to turn a little bit more to the waist and I'm going to basically switch places with the hands. So the right hand comes up and the left hand goes by the elbow. It's ish. And then from here, it's just your pull back, press and push, like the first section. And then push. And then arms identical for diagonals in the way. It feels weird. Yeah.
It does, you're right.
Yeah, it feels weird. Did that help?
Yes, it does.
Good.
It does.
Okay, 30 more seconds. Good, Miss Garcia. Good, good. Does that feel better?
Yes.
It looks more balanced. Yes, good, Ms. Worthington. Very good. Excellent. Good, Mr. Hungerford. Yes, good, Mr. Schwind. One nitpicky,
Okay,
just as you come around, just a tiny bit more this way with that.
towards the back?
Yes, just a tiny bit, because you're a little tight ropey at the end of diagonal single whip.
Somewhat here.
And then turn your toes in. And then shift your weight, turn your hips towards me. You're just a hair tight ropey, so look down at your own feet and then assess double dragons. Just a tiny, you see what I mean? Just a itty bitty bitty, so it would be, but double dragons this way. So this foot goes this way, just a tiny, there you go.
Another question, after you plant the heel,
Uh-huh.
your right hand is this way, so when you rotate the foot, you also rotate.
The
the
road,
hand.
it scoops.
So it's like.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh, yes, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good work. Okay, team,
Tim,
questions, comments, suggestions, anything you want to see about that? Anything?
Oh, just the beginning,
The beginning?
the beginning.
The
After cross hands, doing this.
what you do with that? Okay, so,
Please.
switch places with me so that you can see it from the front. All right. So key points, shift to the left, like that's super important. And as you shift to the left, the hands come down, the right palm turns down. And the reason why that right palm turns down is because you're about to block a kick, and you wouldn't want to do that with the back. You're going to catch it. So here. Step down, step in for new people. Then you're going to get your beak, counterbalance, step back. And then as you shift and turn, this hand flips over so that you can end up here. So if I weren't stepping, this is going to be weird. Here, here, here. Yeah?
It's getting there.
And Senior Head Instructor Figg went a lot over what the application was, and that's somebody comes at you diagonally from behind throwing a kick, and you catch the kick, which is why you have to shift to the left to not get kicked. Catch the leg, this is basically kind of in this part of the leg, and then push, this is sort of the back of their shoulder / back, and their leg, and you shove them off on their merry way that way. Yeah, it is one of the ones on the black sash test. Obviously, we're not touching anybody right now, so to be determined, but
Yes, ma'am.
that's like, hey, don't kick me, take a trick. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so how does everyone feel about taking a look at fist under elbow? Yeah? Okay.
Good.
So, looking at the fist under the elbow, I'm going to preview it, demonstrate it for you. So it's going to start from your diagonal single whip. And first things first, you're going to shift back, and I'm going to move my whole body as a unit towards the door. Ha. So it all goes as a set. Shift, turn. Continue turning. There's a strike to the head here. And then lift and lift. Smoothed out. Here, here, and here. And together we will make it happen. All right, so everybody get in diagonal single whip as best you can. So check that diagonal double dragon's foot placement. And shift back. And as you shift back, release this front foot and move your whole body a quarter turn towards the front door and set the heel down. Stay on the back leg. Now, shift to the left, release the right heel as you turn a little bit more, and you're going to kind of strike with the back of the right arm. Then the right arm is going to bend down, and as it comes up, it's going to pick up the elbow. I know, Ms. Worthington, you have like the worst view. And then left hand comes up, left foot steps down. It's got this kind of like you imagine that your fist and your knees end up sort of attached by a thread, right? Okay, I'll come up here. This one is hard to put words to. It's like shift, turn, body, between, all right. So, shift back and rotate as the whole body. Shift to the left, release the heel, continue turning, strike with the beat. Now, bend the right arm so that the fist comes down, and as it comes up, step and stomp, and then step forward with the left hand comes up, right hand goes under the elbow. It's a complicated one. And we have room for, like, you guys can come up here if you'd like. There's enough
I
room.
think I need x-ray vision, or I need to move, one of the other.
All right. Diagonal single whip. Shift back. Turn. Plant the heel. Turn a little more. Release the right heel. Bend the elbow so that the fist comes down, and as it comes up, pick the heel, the foot up with it, and step down and stomp. Continue. Left hand's coming up. Left foot comes up. You'll end up, it's like playing guitar, or lift hands, but with your fist under the elbow. Yeah? Good? 2 more times. Shift back, and turn. Turn a little more. Lower the hands. Pick up the foot. Strike and step. Step and walk. Again. Shift back. Turn. Turn a little more. Left toes down, right heel up. Lower the elbow. As it comes up, pick up the foot. Step the foot and the fist. Step forward to the left. Right hand on the left elbow. Again. Again, shift back. And turn. Keep turning. Drop your fist. Pick up the foot. if you want to watch it, watch it. If you want to do it, do it. You'll hear that a lot in this. Okay, so. Yeah. Watch it or do it. Good. So application-wise, what is all this crazy stuff that's happening here? Like what are we doing? So someone is throwing a punch at me this way. My first thing is don't get hit, so I block. That's what this is. It's the block followed by a strike to the back of the head. That's why this moves as a unit, because that's not as strong, nor is this as strong as if body is behind it. Then there's an arm bar that happens here. So this is going to come down. I'm catching the arm at the front. This is going to be their wrist. I'm actually taking their knee out, putting it on the ground. And then there's an arm lock that happens. So if let's see, what happens to me if I do this? If I'm throwing a punch, I get blocked, I get hit. Then they block, turn my arm out, kick my foot out from under me, and get me in an arm bar. So that's why it's got a lot of funny steps, but that's what's happening. So the three main strikes or things that are happening is first, don't get hit, so block and strike. Then it's getting an arm bar set up, taking out a foot, putting on the ground basically, and then it's locking that arm up. Hard to see if you can't practice it. Normally we practice it with people, so just use your imagination. Yes, sir?
No, it's just
Oh.
gesture.
That was-
I was just getting the.
Any other questions? Yes?
Yeah, so like the first, both steps are kind of angled. You're never really stepping straight forward except for the last one.
That is correct. Let me see. I know I'm turning it the wrong direction here, so. Yeah, I mean, this feels weird. So it's turned out a little bit. And yeah, so I'm not micromanaging that angle, but try it on your own with your foot straight ahead and it'll feel funny. You won't feel as balanced. So it's just basically taking a balanced step. It's you're instead of coming up backwards on it, you're stepping forward into it, but it's brush knee push, set it down to a wide angle, see it's wide, so that I can set the heel down. It's the same feeling, only I'm coming at it this way. Does that make sense? Also because I'm bending their knee, making their knee drop out from under them. Did I answer it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see. Question?
Oh, when you first start out from single wrist, the first step you take, when you turn,
Uh-huh.
do you pick up the heel? Or do
You do pick it up. You have to a little bit. You have to
Okay.
just a little bit. What you just did looked exactly correct.
Okay.
The most important thing there is to move the body as one unit. That's where people get into trouble a little bit, is they break that apart to their foot and hand. So that's why you'll hear me say it a million times, is turn the whole body, all of it as a unit. And then here and here. Well, your home practice, and should you choose to accept, is just to walk around your house with your fists picking up your knees to kind of get in the habit of the rhythm of these moves. So it's like your little marionette legs. Yeah. Okay, so what I like to do is let's run it from crossed hands, probably 2 times. From race tiger, turn to mountain, all the way through diagonal single whip to fist under elbow, just to kind of lay some sequence down. Okay? We'll do it twice. Begin, embrace tiger, return to mountain. Grasp the bird's tail. Diagonal, single width. Looking at the fist under the elbow. Turn. Turning. Step. Okay. And step with the left. There you go, Mr. Payne. You got it. One more time. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Grasp the bird's tail. Diagonal, single width. Looking at the fist under the elbow. Yep, you got it, Mr. Payne, very good. It'll end up on your back leg. Weight on the back leg, yep. And release. Any last questions? Oh yeah, and then repulse monkey is so much fun. Yeah. Talk about chewing gum, rubbing, snapping, and going backwards. So much fun. Yeah, we're not in a race, so I wanted to just kind of get a little bit of connection there. Preview, kind of work a little bit on fist under elbow. That's usually more than a one class deal. We'll also work on it in day class tomorrow. And yeah, life skill time. Praying. Path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. The path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. The path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. Balance to Black Sash candidate, advanced and intermediate level students. Black Sash training dismissed. Students at home, good job, everybody.